The flamingitis is similar to the flamingo throw. Catch low, peace sign, sidearm. Right hand goes behind the left leg, all the way around and behind for that sidearm throw. Here it is all together. Right hand, left leg, sidearm throw. Here's the flamingo. Notice that the right hand dips straight down behind the leg. On the flamingitis, the right hand goes in front all the way around the left leg. The concepts that we're going to be using to make this throw work for us are body as flick, as you can see right here, and also rock in, rock out. That nice loose grip will allow the wing to set itself. There it is, left-handed. Super easy throw to throw left-handed. Here's another thrown left-handed. We're going to watch all of these in real speed now. And again, there's not a lot to this throw. The right hand goes behind the left leg. Body is flick, flick. Loose grip allows the wing to set itself. Remember that when you get upside down, crooked, and backwards, that up can seem like down and right can seem like left. If you can, try and check your throw. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the dojo. Sunday, Slacker Training Sunday. Here we are. I'm Ron Watson with Positive Vibe, hanging out. Looks like we got Sage Paw and Kim in the house. So, yep, hanging out with the dogs. Tonight is a slacker training night, so we'll be doing a whole lot of nothing. Working on installing the off switch. You see these guys right now, pretty crazy Frisbee dogs chilling out. Even though I turned on the GoPro and whatnot, Epi is kind of chilling out. So I got the cupcake over here. She's been staying on her pedestal. Can't quite see it. Let's see if we can turn on the other camera. We still firing with the GoPro? Yes, we are. All right. So what's going on, ladies? How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on? Holy shit, King, your ghetto nails. Oh my God. All right. Looks like we're doing that tonight. So what's going on? How was the weekend? I've been pretty slammed. I have all the dogs here. April is judging the USGDN finals in Poznan, Poland. We got the cupcake there. Almost. So I have all the dogs right now. Let's move this over here so I can see it because I'm fucking old. It's been hot in Arkansas, right? Sage Paw? That is right? Or is it? Yeah, Kim is in Kentucky. I did hear about Chaz. I saw that in the class text message thing. He took third place in sport. Was that sport freestyle? Was that a freestyle contest or was it toss and fetch? I saw it, but yep. Was that in freestyle or throw and go? Yeah, a big deal for Chaz, man. Apparently there's 125 teams there. I saw the notifications coming in, but I was cruising around and a little busy. I didn't dig into it. But yeah, super, super cool. Super stoked for Chaz. He's been working really hard with Obi, so pretty freaking awesome. So we've been working with Chaz. Kim here is in class. Kim is, what is it? Red Top Dogs. Kim is in class with Chaz as well. Yeah, I think it was throw and go too. He's a pretty freaking good throw and go player, man. But I don't know what the divisions are in Skyhounds, so not my chosen contest format. For multiple reasons. Maybe we'll talk about that sometime when it's not slacker training time. So I'm going to continue to work Cupcake on her pedestal. You saw her jump up and run over here, and you saw my response, right? So I'm going to jump up. I'm going to walk over there. She is most likely going to stand up. I'm going to turn, consequently, on her standing up, and then go and pay the other dogs. And when she lies DOWN, I will return to her and pay her. If she stays DOWN as I am walking over there, I will pay her directly. If not, I'll walk by, use the other dogs to give her a little time to get that shit together. So she's going to jump up there. I'm not going to go right away. I don't want this to be consequent. I don't want any action from her, okay? I don't want her to think there's any action here. Yeah, she stayed down, so I'm going to jump in there and pay low. All right, and I'll come back here. She stood up, I'll turn, right? Now, I don't want to trigger operant here. I don't want her to think that she's doing all this shit, right? So I'm not going to be marking unless she does something special. I'm not going to respond if she does something. I'm not going to respond, right? And then if that is the case, then our interaction on the way over is much less loaded with action, with operant, understanding, with like I do this shit and make it happen, right? And yet she's still getting the consequence that says, when I stand up, he walks away. What's up with that? And she's going to question it. And if she were to question it and make a good decision, I may mark that, right? But again, I'm trying to get away from her. Operant dogs are really smart, right? They get the idea that their actions make things happen, right? So I jump up there. If I jump up there, he stands up, walks over. That gives the dog power with action. I make things happen. I am a self-actualizer. I make things happen. Then when things aren't happening, they get frustrated and try and make them happen, right? Here, I'm just going to pay her, and I'm going to allow her actions to affect her consequence, but I'm not participating in them. Does that make sense? Right? I'm not participating in the conversation. I'm not participating in the manipulation of consequences. I'm not participating in the acknowledgement of consequences. So she's got no clarity that I am deliberately one-to-one working with her. If I do this, he does that, right? There's none of that. And then if I stand up, he walks by. What's up with that? Right? And so she's really trying to figure out what's happening. She can't use my communication as like a tell or a as feedback, right? She's got to like, oh, I don't know, maybe it's that, right? When he walks over, right? I want to say, oh, she stood up. I stood up. He ran away. She's down here. I'm going to sneak in here and pay her, right? And again, so classical and operant. In this session, we've talked in this, what you call it? There we go. In this slacker training thing, we've done a bunch of classical work, right? I walk over, I pay the dog, classically, no marker, and I affect the dog's physiology. I don't let them know that they're doing behaviors to make things happen. Operant and classical, that conflation is probably one of the biggest problems in dog training. Fucking that up is a problem. If you screw it up, you can have real problems. And it's usually happening around reactivity, door stuff, places where you got to affect the dog's physiology. So classical conditioning is affecting physiology and emotion. Operant conditioning is action, if then. So while the dog is there, they get paid. If the dog gives me eye contact, yes, they get paid, right? So while is classical, I'm affecting his emotion on the pedestal, his physiology. I give him a bunch of cookies. His physiology flattens out. I go over here and pay him. While I'm up here, it kicks ass. Cupcake, cupcake, yes, good girl. If she comes off on cue, or a pup, yes. If she gets up there, I tell her, and then she earns a cookie. Positively trained dogs are very, very on top of the idea that their behavior affects their consequence, right? And when that happens and they don't have anything going on, they try and throw behaviors at you. And they do things because I make things happen. I am the dog, I make things happen. And I want to ensure that I get some work where the dog is not doing anything to make things happen. Essentially, the things are happening to the dog. And what the hell was my fucking entry point there? I don't know what I was talking about. So what I'm doing here with her is I'm trying to separate her actions and my communication from the payment. And I'm doing that without a marker. And, oh, I know what it was. Classical and operant, they overlap all the time, right? They overlap all the time. You cannot fully separate them. As a result of that kind of, they're inseparable, we have to be very, very clear when we're stroking that classical or stroking that operant. With the operant, it's super easy. We have the marker. I say yes, and everybody knows they did something, right? Or everybody takes an immediate inventory of what they were doing and is like, what the fuck was I doing when he said yes, right? And that marker is going to tell the dog, boom, that was an action. You did that. You made that happen. No marker is going to leave it open. I don't know. Why did that happen? Right? Is it this? Is it that? I don't know. Right? It's also going to bypass the if. Right? We can see that all these guys are pretty stable, right? Cupcake hasn't done anything in 3-4 seconds, right? Now I go and pay her. She's got nothing to base that off of. There's no consequence, no context, no nothing, other than I'm up there. While I'm up here, it kicks ass. And so I'm really trying to separate those two things out so that Cupcake acts more like King and Epi, right? In that King and Epi both trust, they know that the pedestal and the ball are the place to be. That's fucking it, dude. Right? Cupcake still thinks, hey, I can make some shit. Hey, I'm a cute little cupcake. Give me a cookie. Ooh, look, he's doing this thing. I'm going to go over there with him, right? She thinks she's going to make things happen and she's going to get stuff, right? If I mark that and I go and pay her, that would be great. She would go back to the pedestal, but she would also know that getting on the pedestal earns a cookie. And when she gets bored of laying on the pedestal, she'll be like, you know what? I think I'm going to jump off the pedestal so I can jump back on and make a cookie happen, right? And that conflation of classical and operant is setting that up all the time. Yeah, slacker training a cat is exactly the same thing. Actually, a lot of this came from training Laverne. I don't know if you guys have seen our show back in the day when we were at the farm and in Kingston in the pajama factory. We had a stunt kitty. Her name is Laverne. She's with Dirty Earn, videographer of Coheed and Cambria. They're in Colorado, I think, still. So when we hit the road, she moved in with Laverne and Brandy. And then they made the big move to Colorado. But yeah, same thing with a cat, especially with a cat. Now, keep in mind with a cat, you have, if you're working, You really do need that nice, sharp, good marker. You want to install a marker on a cat if you're working. But in the same respect, if you put a really good marker on the cat and they realize they're operant, they realize that, you know, as the cat, my behaviors affect my consequence. And if nothing's happening for me, I rock out and do something and I get a cookie. Well, you could have trouble with a cat. You could have a, you know, high drive cat or a reactive cat, let's say. So be careful with that. It's only slightly in jest, by the way, Sagepaw. Only slightly in jest. But that slacker training, capturing the cat on the perch. So Laverne used to perch on the tall part of the what was a cat tree? Pan, the little Methuselah little dog here, would sit on the lower pad of the cat tree, and Laverne sat up top. And she liked to sit up top because she was safe from all the dogs, right? And so she'd cruise up there and stay up there. It was awesome. She was fine. So what I did was anytime I saw her up there or captured her up there, I'd walk over and pay her. And most of the time it went like Cupcake here. I'd start to walk over and Laverne would jump off. And I would either go and put the cookies on the pedestal to ensure that she was up there. So let's say Cupcake jumped off, right? I could just put the cookie up there, right? And let her go back up there, no marker, right? And then I could kind of hang out here and wait. And then she's going to DOWN. I don't want to get that moment because that would tell her if, which is going to have her up and down and up and down and up and down anytime she wants to make something happen. But if instead I wait a while and then I capture her while, oh, good work. Yeah, I see you. That was good. That was very, very quick. You were all over that. If I wait for a while, I won't communicate that her action made that happen. It is a really big one, guys. That's pretty much what this whole slacker training thing is about. It's about separating the work of I do this, I make it happen. You and me are working. I know that my job is to throw behaviors at you. Your job is to tell me what's right and then to pay me. And if it always works like that for me, the dog, well, then I always have opportunity. I will never wait at the DMV. I walk right in, I push everyone out of the way in the fucking line, and I walk right up front and I have that lady give me my license and my tags. The end. Don't you know who I am? I make things happen, right? And that's the mindset of a dog that doesn't know while. It doesn't have it doesn't have an off switch and doesn't know while. They're incapable of waiting in line at the DMV. They're incapable of not having opportunity to make things happen. And my dogs, Epi and King, both know that there are times when I can't make something happen. You know I'm a superstar dog and, you know, I make all the shit happen and everybody loves me and I'm a fucking badass, right? But everybody's got to wait in line at the DMV. And you got to install that on your dog, man. If you don't, you're like a slave to this little drive monster, right? Anytime it gets boring, the dog does shit to make you do something, right? And I want the dog to realize that everything's cool. I'll just chill out here. Yeah, they are doing good. They are doing good. So, yep, I've been here. April left Tuesday for Poland. Awesome. I'm glad it makes sense, Sagebot. And I've had a shit ton of dogs here. I think we have 17, and I have them all. And there are like 4 groups. There are 3 3/4 bad dogs here. And so those 3 3/4 bad dogs, 3 3/4 of the dogs out of the 17 are bad, and they require a bunch of juggling and whatnot. And I'm just now, like, this afternoon, I think, was the first time that I kind of feel like, all right, I got everything going, and April will be back in a couple days. It's always like that. You know, she takes off, and I'm like, for 4 or 5 days. And then just when I get in the swing of things, when I'm comfortable handling all the dogs, she comes back, and then I never get comfortable, and I only get comfortable like for a day or two, right? And then I get interrupted from having continued comfort with the dogs, which I would really like to have with her dogs again. So yeah, it's been pretty crazy here. Epic. Yes. King. Yes, good man. Oh, what happened, Cupcake? You were unable to get called, weren't you? Yeah. Yeah, you were unable. Nothing happened for you. Sucks to be you. Epi, a pup. King, a pup. Cupcake, off. Yes, a pup. Chill. Good work. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of work on her, I think. And we can contrast the work that I'm going to do right now. Cupcake, yes, good girl. With the slacker training, a pup. Yes, there's the marker. I'm going to come over here. I'll withhold the payment until she finishes. I'll pay. I'll rock back, pay. Rock back, pay. Rock back, pay. Rock back, step back. Pay. Rock back, step back. Pay. Cupcake, off. Yes, awesome. Good work. Go to dog stuff. Right, so we can contrast that pedestal work, that duration work, where I'm actually working on getting the off and putting some cookies on her and generalizing my position, the actual dog training stuff, with this slacker training shit, where I'm just affecting the classical condition, the emotion and physiology of those two dogs. When I was working Cupcake, I was working behavior. I was making her do stuff, right? And letting her know, yes, oh my gosh, that was amazing. Holy cow, wow, that was great. Cupcake, off, yes, good girl. Whoa, great job, awesome, go to dog stuff, right? And now she's dismissed, and now I'm going to slacker train her. And she's going to move from this action to do. I'm the bomb, I make it happen. It's awesome, right? I make everything happen to, oh shit, I'm hanging out on the pedestal, right? And without the good value there, right? And without the classical conditioned payment there, the dog doesn't want to be there. They're only there for the cookies, right? Epic and King are there because that's the place to be. The cookies have made it the place to be, but they're not there for the cookies right now. They're there because that's the place to be. And that's what I want to get with Cupcake over there. I want her to realize that's the place to be. And she does. She just still thinks she can do shit, right? Yeah, awesome. Awesome. I'll have to catch some of it. I'll have to catch some of it. Right. So again, hopefully you guys were able to see the distinction between the active work, like I do some active work like that, right? And then the slacker training. Here's the beautiful thing. If the dog wants to desire, before duration, difficulty, distraction, or distance. Desire before duration, difficulty, distraction, or distance. All right? If the dog wants to do it, they'll hold it. If the dog wants to do it, they'll do it while something crazy is going on. If a dog wants to do it, they'll overcome any great challenge. So they'll handle the difficulty. If a dog wants to do it, they'll do it 50 yards away. Right? Distraction, difficulty, you get the idea, right? You want the dog to want that, right? And if we're marking all the time and doing all the action gets in the way, they want more action if you're doing that, right? They want more action. I don't want them to want action. I want them to be perfectly cool there, right? King, king, come on. Yes, good man. And so I'm going to use Epi here to, well, I was hoping she was going to go get on her pedestal again. King, king. Yes, good man. That's what I'm talking about, right? And you'll notice I didn't mark. I took my time to come over here, right? So while she was on that pedestal, Epi, Epi, yes, good man. Up, yes. While she was on that pedestal, or I'm sorry, while King got off, sorry. Yeah, I could say that. While King got off, I'll stay on my pedestal. I'm sorry. King got off, I should probably go on my pedestal because there's nothing for me here. That's the one I'm looking for. And she jumped back on her pedestal, and then I didn't mark it and jump on her and pay her because I don't want her to want the action. I want her to want that position in that chill. Right? Cupcake, cupcake, cupcake. Yes, you're not cupcake, Epi. Go. Whoa, look at her. Yes, OMG. Wow. So I'll string her along a little bit. Yes, awesome. I'll give her a couple pieces of work here. I'm down to dust, by the way. I'll take some eye contact. Yes, OMG. Wow. She's amazing. Oh, that was great. Let me rub your slobber on your fur. Yeah, awesome. Go do dog stuff. Right, and now I'll dismiss her. And again, she's going to come in. She's going to generate some action. We're going to keep her desire to have this action happening, right? I want her to desire the action with me, right? And we'll move from this operant action to this classical chill. And we can move back and forth between those relatively easily. So I've dismissed her. You notice she hasn't left. And it doesn't mean go away. It means I'm off limits, right? The reason that I put the pedestal out there, the spot we've used with her, we've done a target with a dog to get them to leave on dismissal. The reason it's out there is to get them to leave, right? Right now, they don't want to leave, right? Because this is where the shit happens. And you got to kind of condition them to leave. You can dismiss and ignore and wait, and they'll leave, right? Or you can set up a hot behavior where they have to leave and then dismiss them, and they'll go and do the hot behavior, and you get a really quick leaving, and then also a question out there. So you guys might be able to see with the cupcake cam. Can you guys see her up here under my feet? Right, she's right there. Do you see her? Yeah, you see her. She can dismiss there. That's totally cool, right? Dismissal doesn't mean she has to leave, And it doesn't mean she has to do the pedestal behavior, right? I use the pedestal behavior because I like it. It's chill, gets them away from me, it gets them settled, right? I don't like the pedestal behavior because you can see King and Epi, as soon as they're released or at all not going to get any action with me, they run over there and pound that fucking obstacle. I hate that. Right? So I really like this idea that Cupcake here is not reflexively going and jumping on that pedestal. But I am going to wait for her to go to that pedestal. I don't care. Right? She's dismissed. And again, if I jump on this with YES here as she jumps up, she will see that as an action, and she will think that making that action happen is going to work for her during dismissal, right? And I don't want that to be the case. So now I'm going to walk over there, and I'm going to capture this while, right? Super cool, man. Super, super cool. All right. Do we have any Frisbee stuff we wanna talk about? I'm kind of good here, right? I should probably bring out some of April's dogs, so should do that. You know what? No, I'm not gonna, because they're gonna try and piss all over the equipment here. We have a bunch of intact dogs, guys. Bunch of intact males now. And I don't want to stand around and yell at them on camera about, don't piss on that thing. Epi, don't shit on the field. Ah, look how good they are. King, King. Come on, buddy. King. Yes, good man. Cupcake, Cupcake. Cupcake. Come on. Whoa, you are not Cupcake. Go. You're not Cupcake. Yes, good. And that's not your spot, Epi. Go. 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 Do your job, Epi. Epi, Epi. Yes. Whoa, that guy. That is awesome. Great work. Go do dog stuff. Woo. Wow, you guys, super terrific. Super, super terrific. Yeah, so like if Epi would walk out on dismissal and just kind of walk around like that rather than run over and jump on his ball, we'd friggin' love that. Right? And I actually do like that King is right here on dismissal. Epic's out there. Nobody's smashed the pedestal. Ace of Hogan, what's up? Where have you been? Right? It has been a while. Did you notice him jump up that time? It was like a question, right? The other times he was like, oh shit, I've been dismissed. Let me run over there and jump up there, right? On that one, he jumped up there almost like I don't know if I should be up. You can see him right now. He's like, is this going to work? I don't know, right? He doesn't really know what to do. And that is a really nice state, guys, right? Part of the problem, good one. I don't like answer dogs. I don't like the dog who has the answer, right? I want the dog who knows there's a problem to be solved, right? Essentially, a lot of dogs, they see the ball, know the answer, right? And they start doing the ball thing, right? And you can barely hold them back because they already know the answer. But dude, that's not the fucking question I'm asking. But no, I have the answer. I have the answer, right? So you send the dog around. My cue is Mackay, right? I say Mackay, and I start to say Mackay, and the dog bolts and is gone wherever we normally throw. I don't like that. That's the answer. You know, it's as if the Mackay question is only answered in one way, right? The answer's C, kid. Oh, look, it's question number 3. That's C. Just write a C and move on. Who gives a shit, right? That's the answer. I want a problem-solving dog. Mackay, well, are you going to give me the trigger? Are you going to move? Are you going to present the problem for me? Right? You're going to do that? And then I do that, and then the dog complies, right? So this question that he asked is really, really a nice thing to have. Let me see, how can I... Might be able to do this. I might. Cupcake. Yes, good girl. Oh, I know. You've been doing this inside. You've been doing it inside. You can do it right there. All right, so when I send Epi around, right? Epi, ready? When I, Mackay, yes, right? You can see aus, through, boom, yes. That he's waiting for that physical cue. Aus, fakey twist, boom, yes, wait, hoop, boom, yes. Oh, fatty. Go. King, go. Mine. Yes. Do you want to try again? Oh. Yes, good man. Mine. Dude. Can't reach it. Hustle. Mine. Right? Twist, boom. Spin, right? That's not okay. That's an answer. Spin, boom. That's a problem solved. Twist, problem solved, right? Through, I don't see a problem, Ron. Boom, problem solved, right? I want a problem-solving dog. I don't want a dog who sees me here, mine, with 2 discs and says, oh, I know the answer, and starts flying around and doing shit, right? What else we got? Rut. Yes. Fakey spin. Wait. Hoop. Boom. Yes. Wait. Stall. Off. Great work. Awesome. Go do dog stuff. Whoa, that guy's a badass. So within that, I offer the cue. I set up a problem to be solved. And then the dog waits for that problem to lay out. Right? I don't want to give the cue and have the dog go, yep, know what it is. See you later. Throw where I'm going to be. Right? I don't want to say up up or start saying up up and have the dog bolt. I want to say, Epi, up up. Come here, Epi. That was fine, by the way, because I was pushing him that way. Hang on. I want to say, so we have 3 obstacles here. Epi, up up, boom. Right? So you can see that he missed that one because he went on his own. Epi, off, wait, up up. Yes, good, right? So there's a problem to be solved here. He can't just do the answer. He doesn't know what the answer is. Is it the ball? Is it the pedestal or the short pedestal? Epi, off, wait, stall. Yes, good man, right? So now, that's actually a nice way to illustrate that too. Off. Yes, wait. Stall. Boom. Yes. Off. Wait. Stall. Right? Yes. Off. Yes, good man. Wait. Stall. Yes. Wow, that's great. Awesome. Go to dog stuff. So I can't solve that problem if the dog knows the answer, right? If the dog completely knows the answer, I can't solve that problem. I got to stop the dog. I got to argue with the dog. I got to get angry at him, right? Come on, fucking dude, don't, right? But if my dog has a history of solving problems, right? If I do have a history of solving problems, it will, the dog will treat it as a problem-solving exercise rather than jumping to the answer that they know. Rats Crad 711. I use turkey dogs for cookies, if that's what you're asking. Hot dogs have a little too much sodium. And that too much sodium is, it's too much, right? Turkey dogs, Jenny O's turkey dogs. I don't know if that's in your part of the country. You can get them at like the dollar store for 99 cents for a pound. I do use a lot of human food for cookies. I use the dog's kibble most of the time. I have some Zooks on me right now because they happen to be floating around our, well, they're floating around here. But normally I use kibble or human food. And the reason I use human food is there's no regulation on dog food, right? You know, hot dogs have too much sodium, so I get turkey dogs. They're lower in sodium. And turkey dogs at 99 cents a pound with human regulatory constraints upon it, I think is a better deal than Zooks at $9 a pound. Just, you know, just me. With no regulatory structure over it. So I don't like hot dogs. I like turkey dogs. Awesome. Way to bring new people in, Sage Paw. Bring them in. Bring them in. So let's see. Yeah, you know, we're looking at it. Look at Cupcake over there on the tetherboard, being a very, very good girl. Tetherboard, super nice tool. So a kennel, right? We use the kennel to control our dogs and to chill, and to sequester them, to have them chill out, right? You can use the kennel as a like a drive management tool, right? But what happens is that dude, go do dog stuff. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, man. I know I went to the cookie bag. I know I went to the cookie bank, but who cares? So when the dog gets out of the crate, there are 4 walls around the dog when they're in the crate. And I can be cool when I'm completely surrounded by all 4 walls. But as soon as that door opens and I get outside, man, I have all the answers. I have all the actions that make things happen. Get the fuck out of my way, right? And so what happens with a lot of dogs, we have both Swiffer, Grasshopper, and Chamois. and Cupcake, but you can see she's pretty solid already. They need to be on a tether. And they need to be on a tether because every time they get out, they go fucking ape shit. You can't stop it. You can put them on a short lead and they're like pulling at the lead and it sucks, right? So the reason that happens, if you have that happening with your dog, is because the moment the dog gets out of the crate, all constraints are off. While I'm willing to wait in line at the DMV in my crate, as soon as I get out of the crate, no, that shit isn't happening. I get right to the front of the line and don't you know who I am? I make shit happen. Service me right now, right? And they'll demand that right from the crate. The worse the pent-up anxiety is, like dude, Swiffer is unbelievable, guys. We've dealt with a lot of crazy dogs. I think he might be the craziest, as far as that inability to control himself. And so anyway, he comes out of the crate and it's on. The moment the 4 walls come off, it's on. So the tether board, the dog can't move anywhere. So it's half a 4x8 sheet of plywood cut in a circle so you can move it. There's a D-ring in the center and a short tether. And the dog can't get off and pull it around and move it. So it's super awesome. It's secure. It's not moving anywhere from there. And you put the dog there, and now Cupcake has no opportunity. It's the same situation as the kennel, but there are no walls there, right? So in space, out in the regular old environment, she can't do anything. She has no opportunity. And having experience, having no opportunity when all the walls are off, when I'm not in my crate, is a real big deal. A lot of cats don't like dogs. Rats, crads, 711. A lot of cats don't like dogs. And if you give a cat a little dog, a big cat a little dog, it might not go so well. Right? You're gonna have to make one, Ace of Hogan. You can get. I use a 3/4 inch piece of plywood. You can get a 4x8 sheet of plywood. Cut it in half. Right? Cut it in half so they're 4x4, and then just cut a circle. Right? You use a compass in the center. Cut the corners off, and put a D-ring in the center. Super easy. And I totally would recommend the round, because you can roll it. It's a really big, you can't hold it really, right? When you carry it around, it's really hard to carry. So having it be a circle is really nice. No, so here, I'll show you. And this is actually a little bit, I think it's a little long of a cable here. But once the dog is, come here, Cupcake. Once the dog is on the tether, right? She can't get off it to move it. Right? She can't get off of the thing, right? So she can't move it. You don't need any weight on it. Right? And there are a couple dogs, I've had a couple dogs who have parked themselves on it and walked it backwards. If the cable is inappropriately long, right, or something like that, the dog can get off and move it around. But they don't get to move it very far. They really don't get to move it very far. Yeah, it's one of my favorite tools. We do back when we were at the farm in Michigan. We had 22 to 25 dogs at all times at the house. And we'd have, you know, little tiny farmhouse with little tiny hallways, right? And you'd walk from the bedroom to the kitchen, and 12 dogs would be schooling fish around your legs through this narrow catacomby hallway system, right? And it just sucked. And we put tethers in. And in, I don't know, a week, you'd get up from the couch and go to the kitchen, and nobody would get up. All the tether dogs, the 3 or 4 tether dogs, would stay tethered, but the dogs that were free and loose and moving around, they wouldn't get up because they knew there was nothing really in it for them, right? And again, it comes down to that. The walls are on. When they're in the crate, they know, right? They can't do anything. But when you take the crate walls off and you walk to the kitchen, they roll in there with you. And it doesn't matter if nothing happened or not. We just always do that. The only time I don't do that is when I'm in a crate. And then walls on, walls up, 4 walls around me or 3 walls around me and a door I can see through means I'm cool. Other than that, I'm in circulation, I'm kicking ass, and I'm doing shit. And I don't want that. I want this little cupcake to be out in space. Yeah, I see you, you little cupcake. And for her to be like, you know, nothing's happening. How about I chill and lay down here, right? That's how I want it to go down. Yep, super easy. It's just a D-ring. So, where is it? There it is. So you can see it right there. It's just a D-ring. Right? And that's just a cable with a little cable clamp. 1/4-inch cable. Little cable clamp. What you doing? We'll put this right here. We'll put that right there. Put it right there, cupcake. Yep. Ooh, look at her. Look at her. I know. I know. You should be doing it. You should totally be doing it. But you should lie down, see? Yeah, she's giant. She's powerful. She's powerful, Ace of Hogan. She's powerful. All right, well, listen, I think I'm going to jet. Done about an hour of slacker training. Had good dogs. No dog fights. If Epi didn't beat anyone up, yeah, total Aussie. I'll try and get something tomorrow night. Try and get something going tomorrow night. Bring some of April's dogs out. We can actually do some stuff. Yeah, I'm glad you were here, Ace of Hogan. Super cool to have you back. I was wondering where you were at. It was a little quiet. Thank you. And cool. Me too. All right, so let's play us out with meme roll number 4. I will try and get something going tomorrow. Always tip your dog trainer. All right. Always tip your dog trainer. I'm going to put the Patreon message up. That'll be super awesome. So guys, we'll see you soon. Have a good one. See you, Ace of Hogan. Take care, guys. Don't sweat it, Ace of Hogan. Don't sweat it. Ditto. Oh, looks like the GoPro died. You should lay down, Cupcake. You should lay down. You're ruining King's shot. It's his time. Good girl. Good girl. Look at that puma tail. What a fucking tail, dude. Holy shit. Aussie with the tail right there. What a good girl. Whoa. I see you.